Coach Skip Miller here, your absolute eye in the dugout. And if you woke up this morning thinking your Major League Baseball schedule was going to let you catch your breath, you clearly haven't been paying attention because the intense drama on the diamond is hitting absolute warp speed right now. We are cutting straight through the noise to look at the massive, hard-fought battle that went down at the historic Fenway Park, where the Texas Rangers showed pure championship composure, marching right into Boston and breaking the hearts of the Red Sox faithful with a gritty 6-4 comeback victory. Let's really break down the tape on this one, because the Red Sox tried to hold their ground on their legendary home turf, leaning heavily on the classic Fenway energy. But Texas completely exposed the cracks in Boston's late-inning bullpen management by chipping away ruthlessly at the plate.
The Rangers didn't just win this with lucky hits. They won it through pure plate discipline, forcing the Red Sox pitchers into deep counts, drawing critical walks, and capitalizing on every single defensive miscue until they completely silenced a roaring Boston crowd before the host could even mount a final counteroffensive. If you look at how the Rangers executed their situational hitting in the 7th and 8th innings, it was an absolute clinic in modern baseball strategy, turning a tight, stressful ball game into a statement road victory that has the entire American League West Division taking notes on their sheer resilience and ability to win in hostile environments. Meanwhile, out in Anaheim at Angel Stadium, the Tampa Bay Rays put on an absolute masterclass in offensive efficiency, clinically executing an 8-3 beatdown on the Los Angeles Angels that left the home dugout looking completely demoralized. The Rays showcased exactly why they are considered analytical wizards and front office geniuses in this league, using a relentless high-pressure base-running system, highly disciplined hitting zones, and a lethal amount of depth in the later frames to completely suffocate any tactical adjustments the Angels tried to make on their own grass. The Angels' pitching rotation started off decent, but by the 5th inning, the Rays had cracked the code, identifying the tipping of pitches and launching line drives into the gaps that forced the Angels' outfielders to sprint until they were completely out of gas. It was a clinical, cold-blooded display of baseball depth that left the Angels looking completely outmatched, sloppy in transition, and desperately searching for answers in a highly competitive division where you cannot afford to drop games like this at home.
But don't you dare look away from your screens, because while those two battlegrounds have barely cooled down and the grass is still settling, the MLB schedule is dropping a brand new wave of premium tactical warfare that is about to blow the roof off the league tonight. First up on the radar, we have a highly anticipated, high-stakes National League clash as the slumping San Diego Padres travel to Busch Stadium to fight for their literal season survival against a rolling, dangerous, and highly confident St. Louis Cardinals squad. Let's get brutally honest about the Padres right now, because they are walking into a complete hornet's nest with a struggling lineup that has slumped to one of the worst collective team hitting averages in the entire Major League over the last 2 weeks. Their pitching rotation was absolutely not built to sustain this kind of offensive drought, forcing their starters to pitch with zero margin for error, which means the psychological pressure on San Diego tonight is going to be absolutely suffocating from the very first pitch of the evening. On the flip side of the coin, the St. Louis Cardinals are clicking at the perfect time of the year, finding spectacular, gritty ways to manufacture runs out of thin air, playing elite defense in the infield, and putting immense pressure on opposing pitching rotations by being ultra-aggressive on the base paths. If the Padres' bullpen blinks even once tonight, the Cardinals are going to tear this game wide open, and it could get ugly very quickly for the Southern California squad. And if that wasn't enough drama to keep you glued to your seat with your eyes wide open, we have a phenomenal potential World Series preview on the slate as the powerhouse Los Angeles Dodgers prepare to host those exact same high-flying, dangerous Tampa Bay Rays in a blockbuster series opener at Chavez Ravine. The Dodgers are coming into this matchup with absolute vengeance on their minds, looking to wipe clean the embarrassing memory of their recent stumble against the White Sox. But the Rays are riding high on pure, unfiltered momentum and will be looking to exploit every single defensive gap and bullpen weakness in LA's star-studded armor. This is the ultimate chess match between heavy financial payroll power and elite statistical scouting, making it a must-watch game for any real student of the game. This is the true beauty of Major League Baseball. The games are relentless. The hot takes are flying on sports talk radio. The media pressure never stops building, and the grind of a long season will separate the real contenders from the pretenders before the month is over. Which powerhouse team do you think steps up to protect their turf tonight under the bright stadium lights? And which highly paid squad gets absolutely exposed by a hungry underdog looking to make a name for themselves? I want to know exactly what you think is going to happen when the dust settles on these massive matchups. Drop your most brutal, honest and unfiltered score predictions in the comments section right now. Smash that subscribe button to get Coach Skip Miller's daily, exhaustive and lengthy baseball fixes delivered straight to your digital feed every single morning. And don't you dare blink, because Coach Skip Miller here, your absolute eye in the dugout, reminding you that if you woke up this morning thinking your Major League Baseball schedule was going to let you catch your breath,